You know what? That shit wasn't too bad. Fellas, how are we doing? It is your boy Lunar back with another video. And if you can't tell by the title, we are talking about The Acolyte, episode 1 and 2 today. First of all, I'm not going to do this for every single episode. Just want to get that out there. I just thought it'd be cool to kind of post a video, like an initial reaction to the premiere. And then once everything's out, we'll do a review on the whole show. Also, wait, before we get into this, I do want to say I'm recording this on my phone. But I'm going to try to talk into this microphone and then sync up the audio. Because I've tried recording videos with my iPhone. It just sounds really bad. It might sound weird with the microphone and then this video. I don't know. We're just going to see how it works. I think this will sound better though. So we're using that. But yeah, this video might be kind of jumbled up because I've just got a bunch of notes here. And I'm basically just going to feed you guys the information from the notes. But we're here with the premiere. Episodes 1 and 2 just dropped. I just got done watching them, and your boy's got a bunch of notes, all right? As you can tell from the beginning clip, your boy definitely liked it, you know what I'm saying? Thought it wasn't that bad. Jumping straight into things with episode 1, I will say your boy wasn't a fan of the no text crawl, all right? You guys probably know what I'm talking about. As soon as episode 1 starts up, it's just text on the screen. The low-hanging fruit, I know, but I was like, oh, I'm touching the mic that I'm all talking into. I was like, man, why can't they just make that text scroll on the screen? That'd be a little more Star Wars. But it was still there. It was cool. It was in the same font, same color. Not a big gripe at all. It sets us up for what's going on in the world too. So, me personally, I before this didn't know anything about the High Republic. I haven't read any of the comics, read any of the books. So, this is all uncharted territory for your boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm jumping into this straight, fresh, brand new. And honestly, that was kind of cool too, because I don't have any sort of previous attachments to any sort of characters or stories. Like some of these guys could have been stories from the books. I've got no idea. If they got some other things that have happened before in the Star Wars verse, I've got no idea. I'll also mention too, before this show came out, I thought it was gonna be like more about the Sith. I thought it was gonna be like a Sith central show, kind of showing like what they had going on in the High Republic times, but it's not exactly like that. It's still a pretty like typical Star Wars show where you're following the like good cast of characters. You know, we're following the Jedi as they're solving this mystery and all that. And it's honestly kind of cool. The direction they're taking so far with the story, pretty cool. All right, not what I was expecting, but I'm liking it so far. The actual story itself they got going on is pretty cool too, with the whole twin sister dynamic, one of them going to the Jedi, one of them going to the Sith. You know, I wasn't expecting all that. I don't think anybody expected the girl from the trailer to be a twin sister. You know, that's straight out of left field. I was like, whoa, dang, that's crazy. Yeah, it's working for me so far. It's a cool dynamic too. In episode 1, when we just thought it was Osha, I was kind of like, ah, man, why can't they just write somebody bad? You know what I'm saying? This girl obviously feels some type of way about the Jedi. She did some bad stuff, but then she's turning around like, oh, I didn't do it. Oh, da, da. I was like, why can't they just commit? But they did. I mean, May is fully about it. May's like, screw the Jedi, I'm killing them. That's actually a bad character. I could see them going a route where she ends up good after this. You know what I'm saying? She turns on her master somehow. But I hope they don't, honestly. I hope they just go this whole show where she's just a bad character and her sister stays good. You know what I'm saying? Her sister being good is cool. I'm down for that. You know what I'm saying? Makes sense in my mind. And it's a cool little story they got going on. You know what I'm saying? Sister versus sister, light versus dark. Boop it bop. One fought the grief, one let into the grief. Cool stuff. Cool Star Wars dynamic. So far I think all the characters are pretty cool too. I'm not sure the actress's name, but the May Osha character obviously has a harder role than everybody else because she's playing two different people at the exact same time. But she's got a lot more screen time as Osha, I'd like to say, where she's just kind of being cool with everybody. And she's doing pretty good at that, you know what I'm saying? All the Jedi we see in this show are also pretty like humble and reserved too. They're all like definitely big, like high mighty figures of justice in this time frame, you know what I'm saying? It's still the same dynamic you get from like the Clone Wars Jedi, like them going around doing life in the normal space, but these Jedi also aren't like generals in some big galactic war. They're definitely more of like the peacekeeper figures, as we can tell from like episode 1 in Dara. She's just kind of in that town as she's almost like the sheriff. Like May goes up to that little girl like, "Where's your town Jedi?" She's like, bring me to the sheriff," which is a cool dynamic we typically didn't see from other Jedi that we're used to. You know what I'm saying? In the Clone Wars, they're doing stuff. They're out on the battlefield. They're slaying droids. It's just cool to see this different dynamic, I guess. Not different, but try to understand what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? We're not used to seeing this. All right, this is Dylan from the future here. So obviously this is the same kind of Jedi we see like typically in the Clone Wars era or whatever, blah blah blah. But since they're not like at war right now, this is a much more like reserved, at peace type of Jedi order that we're seeing here. You know what I'm saying? Not as worried about stuff. Not there's not all this crazy stuff going on. So that's the sort of different dynamic that I'm talking about. Next little note I had here was the fighting scenes are actually pretty cool. We get a couple different fighting scenes in episode 1 and 2, mainly of May attacking these Jedi or whatever, and I thought it was handled pretty nicely. There's not a whole lot of saber on saber combat. We only see the first Jedi, I forgot her name, Indara. We see that first lady pull out her lightsaber against May. Doesn't really use it a whole lot. We haven't seen any clash on clash, but the actual choreography of the fights themselves have been pretty nice. And I think it's a nice touch that they're not so quick to even pull out the lightsabers in general. One, because they're there to mainly try to just diffuse the situation. You know, if they're pulling out a lightsaber going crazy, that's just ramping things up. And also, she doesn't even have a lightsaber herself. That's something they both, Jedis, Saul and Angara, kind of touched on. They were like, "You're coming at me unarmed. What's up with that? You want me to just pull a lightsaber and slay out? That's not Jedi code. We're not about that." The lightsabers themselves are all pretty ugly. There's not a whole lot of style or uniqueness, and they're all super bulky. Like, they look huge on everybody's hips. But I thought this was actually a nice touch because in this time frame, this sort of technology is still a bit new. You know what I'm saying? Or it's newer from the time frame that we're used to in Star Wars. So it just kind of goes to show how these hilts are a bit more primitive than what we're used to. You know what I'm saying? In the Clone Wars and Empire age, the technology is a lot more advanced. You know what I'm saying? So think about it like a phone. Think about it like any technology. You know what I'm saying? As the technology advances, what they're able to fit into something gets smaller and smaller. It's a nice detail. You know what I'm saying? Your boy thought it was cool and deliberate. I think that was on purpose. I think they made these hilts look like shit on purpose for that reason. It's only been 2 episodes so far, so your boy really doesn't have that much to say. I don't know exactly how long this video is going to be. I mean, I'm pretty much done. That's all the notes I had. But yeah, overall so far, liking it. You know what I'm saying? I'm rolling with the story. I want to see who Maze Master is. I want to see what's going on with all that. I want to see if we can actually delve a bit deeper into the Sith role, see what the Sith are doing in this time frame. You know what I'm saying? Is there other Sith Masters? Is this the only guy that's practicing the dark side of the Force? Let me know. Let's Disney, Star Wars, start telling me these things. Let's start cooking. But yeah, that's probably gonna about do it for this video. If you guys also just watched The Acolyte, comment down below and let me know what you thought of the first 2 episodes. I'd love to get in there and talk about it with you guys. And if you're new to the channel, definitely like the definitely like this video and subscribe for more content like this, because once this full show comes out, I'm gonna be posting a full review. And I also have a couple different reviews. I'm gonna put them like boom boom. Put them like right there, boom boom. Couple other Star Wars related reviews, boom boom, couple more right there that you might be interested in. You know what I'm saying? So you can go check those out or something, or maybe there's something else you're into. I don't know. Go find out. But yeah, this has been Lunar Fellas. I will catch you on the old flippity flip, and welcome to Bound.